Hi, Elsie. Elsie, hello.
Oh, hi.
Can you turn on your video?
Not really.
I think you were saying something to me, and for some reason my computer doesn't want me to hear. Can you repeat that, Elsie?
Yeah, I said not really.
You can't do the video?
No, because I'm on my iPad, and then on my iPad there's like an access and it won't let me open it.
Got it. Got it. That's too bad. All right. Well, I'm sorry I'm late. I thought we were in a different room. So now that I know what room we're in, we can get started. So today it's just you and me. So we will go through the homework and I will have you do some writing and we'll just see where we get. Okay?
Okay.
Good. So the first thing is, last week I asked you to write about a new national holiday or a new holiday. Did you write about a new holiday?
Oh, what? Like opened up the homework thing, but then it doesn't tell me what was the topic, and I forgot what was the topic, so I didn't.
Okay. Well, then let's do it together. And that will be just fine. Let me see, where can I go? What is the best place for me to go? All right, I'm going to share my screen and we're just going to go and just type a file. So Elsie, what I really wanted people to do was I wanted them to write so I could see how well they were writing. This is very strange. Okay, so what I would like you to do is I would like you to, do you have your email with you?
My email? Yeah.
Okay, I am going to share this with you. And that way you can open it. And what we can do is together we can write about a new holiday. This is so I have an idea of how well you can write and how easy it is for you to write. Did you get the email?
Let me check. Oh, I think I need to log out of my school email.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. And there you are. Okay, so this is your document about a holiday. Think about a holiday. What do you want the holiday to be about? It could be about celebrating boats or butterflies or sunshine. It can be a holiday to celebrate anything you want. What would you want to celebrate?
Myself, maybe my birthday.
Well, that's kind of your birthday. And I want it to be a holiday that many people celebrate.
Maybe I don't know.
Okay. So if it was for me, I would have the red-winged blackbird week. Okay. And red-winged blackbirds are, let me show you what they look like so you can see them. There they are. They are very beautiful. But they have great big red wings, and they come early in the spring, and they have a very beautiful call. It's kind of a trill, and it's just it's very soft and gentle. And so they are one of my favorite birds. So I would have a red-winged blackbird week, and I would do it first early in the spring. So it would be early when all the red-winged blackbirds come back. And who would celebrate it? It would be, who would celebrate? Everyone who is looking forward to spring. And special food. Cookies in the shape of birds. What else is a good spring food? But I mean, I can keep going, but you see what I'm looking for, Elsie? Right now, I'm just
Yeah.
looking for basic ideas about the red-winged blackbird, because one of the things we need to do is really get working on being able to write an essay. So what would you like to celebrate? I mean, it could be literally anything: butterflies, the sun, daffodils.
End of a semester.
End of the semester?
Yeah.
Perfect. And obviously it's on the last day of the semester, right?
Wait, can I change it to like the second last day of the semester?
Absolutely. And who are the people who celebrate it?
Students?
Okay. Are teachers allowed to celebrate it or just students?
Just students.
Only students. Very good. And is there any special food that students get to eat on this day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I just list all of them?
Yeah, go ahead and take over. You can start doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yum. So macaroons and French fries? Looks
Yeah, maybe
good.
that's it.
No, tiramisu is good.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Oh, oh yeah.
All right. So on this special day, what special activities are there or traditions?
Maybe like sleeping at the daytime and doing homework at the nighttime.
Okay, write it down. Nice. Perfect. So instead of saying at, we're going to say during the. Okay. And during means over the time. So an at kind of means at one time specific, whereas during means it stretches out all day. All right. Anything else that you want that you can think of? I'd say special clothes that students wear.
Maybe costume play their favorite characters or like anime characters.
Okay, so they wear their favorite anime character clothes. That sounds good.
Do I write it down? Or
Yeah, write down the next line. Special clothes. Okay. Very nice. All right, now imagine this day. First of all, what time would school start on this special day? Probably not until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, huh?
I want it to be like 5 in the morning.
You want school to start at, everybody has to get up and get ready and start school at 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
You're crazy. Okay, tell me about it.
Yeah.
So,
So what was you gonna say?
I was just going to ask you what next. Tell me about it.
So everyone go to school at 5, and then the school ends at maybe like um like 10:36.
10:36. Any reason why 10:36 specifically?
I just like the number.
Okay, that works. So it starts at 5 and ends at 10:36. And during this special day, imagine people coming to school, and then what do they do?
They eat their lunch during class.
Aha. So they come and they go to their first hour class. And during their first hour class, they have breakfast.
Yeah, but no
And
breaks. Just you can do whatever in the class.
Oh, so there's no work. You just hang out and talk to your friends and be really happy about all of the other anime clothing that you're seeing.
Maybe there is a lot of work, but you just have to do it at night.
Oh, I see. So the teacher assigns a ton of work, but nobody does it during class. They all just sit and talk.
They can do it at class,
They
but
can?
there's just yeah, they can, but there's just no rules.
Oh, nice. So what do the teachers do during this time? They just kind of hang out at their desk and
No.
do they show movies?
No. Maybe. Let me see. Wait, give me a moment.
Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe making their breakfast.
Okay. So the teachers are making their breakfast. Do they make breakfast for the students?
Yeah.
Aha, this is quite a day. So basically they set up so that all the teachers are making breakfast for all their students who hang out and have a ton of work to do, but they don't actually have to do it unless they want to. And they hang around and talk and get served breakfast and later on lunch by the teachers. And then when the bell rings, maybe they go to their next class and maybe not, because who really cares? And they do that until about 10:36 when the bell rings and everybody goes home and goes back to bed.
Yeah.
What a fun holiday. And you would have 2 of these every year, one at the end of first semester and one at the end of second semester, huh? I think that sounds like a lot of fun. All right. So one of the things that we've been looking at is how to do an outline. Have we been looking at how to do an outline, or am I mixing up my classes?
I think so.
Okay, so that's what I thought. We're kind of doing a little bit about outlines. So here is the real meat. In your introduction, all right, now I want you to take over typing and I want you to tell me what you would put in your introduction. You won't actually have to write this essay. I just want to know how you're going to organize it.
Wait, how am I going to start this sentence? Like the introduction.
Okay, do you remember the term hook? Did you ever learn about this?
If you show me, I think I would like know.
Okay, a hook,
Oh yeah.
you do remember.
Kind of, sort of.
So the hook is a question or a quote or a story, but something that makes the reader want to read your essay. So yours might start out with, have you ever wondered what it would be like if school was a place with no rules for one day? Or you could say, imagine first thing in the morning, all the students come dressed in their favorite anime costumes, ready to hang out and be served breakfast by their teachers. And when people read something like that, they're going to think, well, that sounds a little different, doesn't it? And then that is how you get them hooked into the paper so that they want to read more. Okay?
Okay.
All right, there we go. All right. So your introduction would have some hook. What else would you put in? Okay, so go ahead. Have you thought of a hook that you would want to use?
Not really yet.
Okay, but in your introduction, you would put the hook. What else do you put in your introduction?
Body paragraphs.
That's in the next part. Remember, the body paragraphs come after the introduction. The introduction is just where you put the hook and you tell the reader what your paper is going to be about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So write down here, introduction, hook, background, what my paper is going to be about. Good, thank you. Okay, keep typing.
It makes me really nervous if you just like look at whatever I'm writing. So do you mind to change the tab and then maybe look after I finish?
That sounds good. There we go.
Thank
Let
you.
me know when you're done.
Yeah, I think I kind of finished, but I didn't like check it after I wrote. Oh, and I also changed the special clothes to wearing pajamas because I
I
just
think that's a
realized,
much smarter idea.
yeah, I just realized I don't like animes.
Very nice. No, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So what I can see now is that you actually, you can use your imagination, you can organize your imagination, you can come up with interesting ways to talk about things, and it looks like you're pretty organized. So instead of writing it down, just tell me, what would you talk about in your first paragraph?
Maybe like how is it supposed to work?
Okay, very good. How it's supposed to work, when it is, what time it is. Okay, what would you do in your second paragraph?
Tell them what's the point of this?
How what?
What's the point? What's the value of the holiday?
Very good. That actually is really nice. What would you do in your third paragraph?
Um,
How about how you celebrate it? Because you haven't really talked about that.
oh yeah. Okay,
Okay, so
put that like in the second paragraph, and then the second last paragraph can talk about the value.
Elsie, you are one smart cookie. What you have just done is you have shown me that you are very organized and you are going to have no trouble writing papers, because not only can you organize your thoughts, you can also change them around to make them better. And a lot of people have trouble with that. And you just fall into it naturally. So it's easy for you to do. And that's all that this little exercise was about. It was about me finding out how much coaching you guys need for writing papers. And I think that there will be places where we will work together during your papers to kind of tweak the language so it's just right. But in terms of organization, I think that comes naturally to you. I think you're really good at it. Very good. Let's move on and go back into our quizzes, because those are kind of fun. And what we did last time was we did the fixed sentences. This was the essay writing practice, what we just did. So that's actually pretty easy. So would you like to do improve your writing or fix essay?
Can I do fixed essay?
Absolutely, let's do it. Okay, so here what we have is the essays. We're going to read each essay and we're going to fix it. All right, so here is number 1. Elsie, can you read this to me?
The sentence or the whole paragraph?
Read the whole paragraph.
Okay. Last week, I saw a fugitive
Good.
sitting beside a bookstore and selling some art counterfeits.
Counterfeits. But yes, very good.
People can easily recognize those fakes because the author is anonymous.
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 Isn't that a horrible word? Anonymous.
Anonymous. Most
Good.
of the painting are depicting the nature in the rural area.
Uh-huh.
There is a particular painting that contains a quiet old house with substantial amount of straws surrounded in the oh wait, do I have to stop after the period? I forgot to stop.
Yeah, you forgot to stop. Okay.
In the painting, there is also a docile dog sitting near his house, his owner, who is churning
Yes.
the butter reluctantly.
Okay, it sounds like there's a fair number of words in here that you are having trouble with. Am I getting this right?
Yeah.
Did I miss any?
No.
Good. All right. Now, fugitive, this is weird why they would do this. A fugitive is a criminal who escaped. All right. So this is somebody who committed a crime and escaped from the police. And so while they're escaped and people want to arrest them, they're called fugitives. Strange, huh? So last week I saw a fugitive sitting beside the bookstore, and the question comes out, how did you know it was a fugitive? I mean, it just looks like any regular person. How can you tell that this was a criminal who had escaped? All right, counterfeit. Any questions about fugitive?
No.
Counterfeit means exactly fake. Art counterfeits is basically the paintings look like famous paintings by famous people, but they're actually just fake copies. So actually, I found counterfeit is not just a fake, it's a fake copy. Anonymous means no name. So if you want to be anonymous, it means that you don't want anybody to know your name. Depict equals show. Quaint is cute and old-fashioned. Substantial, here it means a lot. Docile means tame, quiet, mild. Churn is to make cream into butter. All right, last week I saw a criminal who escaped sitting beside a bookstore and selling some fake art. People can easily recognize those fakes because the author has no name. In other words, we don't even see the author or the name of the painter on there. Most of the paintings are depicting the nature in the rural area, out in the woods or in the countryside. There is a particular painting that contains a cute old house with a whole lot of straw surrounding it or on top of it. In the painting, there is also a quiet dog sitting near his owner who is making cream into butter. As you can tell, this is a pretty terrible paragraph. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Good. I'm really glad you agree because I think it's awful. How are we going to make it better? You can change anything. All you have to do is point to it and tell me what you want done. Let's start with the first line. Last week, I saw a fugitive. Now, are we going to be able to easily recognize a fugitive?
No.
Probably not. So instead of a fugitive, what did we see sitting beside the bookstore selling art? Was it a young man, a young woman, a painter? What do you think?
A painter, maybe?
Okay. Last week, I saw a painter. How do you know it's a painter?
Maybe they're selling their own book, own painting.
Okay, and selling some of their own art. So, do we need this one? Do we need this sentence at all?
No.
No, let's take it out. Most of the paintings are depicting. What's wrong with this?
Is this supposed to be past tense?
Good. Depicted the nature in a rural area. Does that sound right to you?
Not really.
How could you change it to make it better?
Maybe just natural area. In the
Okay.
natural area.
Okay, so nature depicted nature. And do you want a rural area or what kind of area do you want? A wooded area? I mean, it depicts nature. So we just have to figure out what kind of area it's in. It can't be a natural area because that would have the word nature in it twice.
Oh, maybe just like a lot of trees surrounded.
Depicted nature in a wooded area. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. There is, okay, in the next sentence, why don't you go through it and start telling me where to change things?
There was.
Very good. A particular painting, okay,
Contained.
Good. Now think about this quaint old house. It can still be quaint, that's fine. But when this person is talking about the straw, do you know what thatch is?
Maybe it's not.
Oh, this is such a hard assignment. Of course, I can't spell. There we go. All right. So now these are kind of big, but they get you the same idea. You see how these pictures, the roof is made out of straw. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's an even better one. This is the way in the old days that people used to make their roofs. This one you can't see quite as well, but it's still not bad. They used to take straw and bundle it together and lay different layers of this very tightly bundled straw on the roof. And because they laid it in a particular way, it ended up being waterproof so that the rain never came in. And it was actually fairly warm because the wind couldn't get in much either. And these roofs would last about 4 or 5 years, and then you would have to make a new one because it was just straw. And so eventually it did rot and it did fall down. But that's what thatch is. And when this person is talking in their essay about a quaint old house with a lot of straw, they're talking about a house with a thatch roof. Okay, but maybe the thatch roof is coming down because there's a lot of straw surrounding the house. So a particular painting that contained a quaint old house, and then how can you change it to talk about the thatch roof and the straw falling down, and feel free to add some extra details.
Maybe like, how is it falling down?
Okay. You are going to tell me what to write.
Oh, like, very rare straw. The straw were like very rare.
So does that mean there wasn't many of them? Or this
Yeah.
kind of, okay. Did it have a thatched roof?
Huh?
Did it have a thatch roof?
No.
Okay. With a little bit of straw in the yard. How about like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, next sentence. What's wrong with it?
There was.
Okay. What should go after owner?
Comma.
Very good. And in a painting, Is a person in a painting reluctant to do anything? Do you know what reluctant means?
Sort of. Maybe no.
Okay. Reluctant means you really don't want to do it. Okay. And you can't tell if somebody is really reluctant in a picture. It just doesn't make sense. Who is churning butter? Who is churning butter? All right. I have one more sentence that I would like you to tell me how to write it. We have to tie all of this painting information back to the painter who is selling their art and me looking at them. We started off with, I saw a painter at the bookstore. They were selling art, talks about one of the pictures. It's really good. But now we have to tie the whole thing together. So we go back to me at the bookstore. How are you going to do that?
Like maybe went back to the bookstore, like walk back, or like
You haven't left the bookstore. You never left it. You're still sitting there looking at the picture.
oh yeah. Wait, what was the question?
Okay, so the question is, think about where you are in this essay. Last week, I was at a bookstore and I saw a painter sitting next to it, selling some of their own art. So now I am standing next to that painter and I'm looking at the art. I'm looking at a bunch of the different paintings. And then I really see one painting with a quaint house and a guy out front churning butter. Okay, so now I've described that painting. Now I have to bring it back to the main idea, which is me seeing the painter selling his art. I haven't gone anywhere. I have to bring the essay back.
How do you supposed to bring the essay back though?
Good for you. I'm so glad you asked that question. That's really good. So, in essence, an essay is a journey in your mind where you show the reader what you are thinking. But just like you're in a garden and you're showing them lots of different paths, in the end, you have to come back to the beginning where you started so that you can see the entire garden. So now we've started off with the painter. We're looking at his pictures. Now we have to bring our essay back and talk about, what am I going to do about these paintings? Am I going to smile and move on? Am I going to buy one? Did he charge a lot of money? Were they cheap? Were they expensive? What am I going to do with these paintings?
Maybe he bought one, the one that he was looking at.
Okay, why did I buy it? Did it speak to me? Did I think it was pretty? Did I want it? Is
I
it a
think
birthday present?
it's probably like is special.
Painting is very special to me. It was very special. Was very, I don't know if you can say special, because this is the first time you ever saw it. Was very beautiful or interesting?
Interesting.
Interesting to me. Okay, so what did I do?
I say the drawing style is very unique.
Is that the only thing that was interesting about it, or was there more?
And I've never seen a house like that before.
Okay. You see, I'm not saying an and. I am linking together the idea of the drawing style and never seeing that house as sort of the whole thing was unique because I hadn't seen a house like that. If I just say and, it kind of makes it sound choppy. Like all of these are just different ideas that we're putting down on page because we don't know what to say, which is true. Of course, we don't know what to say, but we're figuring it out. But now by putting it together this way, I link them to show that one idea causes the other idea, and that makes it flow more naturally. All right. The drawing style was very unique, especially because I had never seen a house like that before. Was there anything else interesting about the picture?
Maybe the dog?
What about the dog? Elsie, this is all you. You know, you can say, no, this is it. That's all that was special to me. But you can make up as many details as you want. But when you think you're done, I'm gonna keep asking for details until the end of class, if I can get away with it. When you think the essay is good enough and you're finished with it, you can stop and say, that's all, let's move on to the next thing. All right,
Okay.
so was there anything else interesting about it?
The way that he draw the dog was quite interesting.
Or I said interesting. We need another one. Maybe realistic, lifelike.
Yeah. Oh wait, maybe I forgot what was that. The word. Oh. Abstract.
Oh. How about that?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. So what did I do?
You added more details?
You can, or you can go on. In the essay, what do I do next?
Can I add one more detail?
Absolutely, please do.
The background of the painting was very maybe like it's quite like you can't really see that kind of background in a city. I don't know what adjective should I use.
That's a good question. The painting's background showed a forest. Definitely something I would not see in a city or even the suburbs. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't want just a single adjective. Sometimes we really have to explain our full idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If we had just stopped with wooded, people would have said, well, why do I care? So by linking it to the city, I really liked that idea. Linking it to the city really shows how different this place was.
Maybe like they have like a compare.
Oh, nice. I wonder how you do that.
Can I add one more sentence after the unique sentence? I can't find where it is.
The quaint old house in the painting, there was also a docile dog. It was interesting. The drawing style was very unique, especially because I had never seen a house like that before. Okay, new sentence. What is it?
Can I add a compare to it?
Sure. What are you going to compare?
To other of the artist's art.
Okay. So compared with his other paintings, okay, what was different about this one?
The other ones are very like public maybe, and everyone could draw that.
Oh, I see.
Or something like that, like was very common. The drawing style is also
different from his other paintings, which had a lot of people in busy cities, like that.
yeah.
That's cool. That sounds really interesting. All right, it's time for us to wrap this up. What am I going to do with this painting?
Maybe I bought it and then put it in my room. Oh, I brought it home and then put it in my room. Oh wait, can I fix it? Fix the sentence. I brought it to my painting room and I drew another one like that. Not like like another one. Maybe next. What's gonna happen next? Another house like that, and like but different people, but still the dog.
But still the dog. Okay, so I took it to my painting studio. And began to paint other pictures like it, as though they were all part of a series. Some showed what happened next with the man and his putter. Others showed other houses that looked similar, but not the same. And in every picture, I put the dog. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm showing you by doing a lot of this writing for you is I hope you understand that the ideas that we have often come out in 1 or 2 words, very, very few words. But we have to find a way to really show our readers what is in our mind. And sometimes that takes a lot more words than we think. And if you come away with that idea, then you have learned something.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else, or you think you're done? I think you're
Yeah, I
done.
think I'm done.
I think you're amazing. That was just really good. All right, we will submit that. And it was really wonderfully done. I didn't want to do the second paragraph because, man, this was already pretty crazy. Modules. You have a very good imagination and a very good sense of organization. We need to keep working on giving you more words so that you have enough words to put down all your ideas on paper. But I think that your ideas are fantastic. All right, there's unit 2, unit 3, unit 4. We did the fixed essay in class. Write sentences. We don't really have time for any of these because they're so hard. Here is what I would like you to do for homework. When everyone comes back next week, we will move on to unit 5. In the meantime, can you do this unit U34 fixed essay homework?
Yeah, I will try to get it done, but I also have like a lot of schoolwork.
If you don't manage it, you know what? We will live. I like people to try, but I'm not too worried if they don't make it because I know you've got a lot of other stuff to do.
Yeah, I'll try to finish it.
Perfect. That would be great. Are there any other questions you have for me at this point?
No.
Are there any of the new words that you looked at that you would like me to put into the class notes so you can learn them?
Do you still have the words?
Yeah.
Maybe like all of them probably. I don't think I can remember all of them either.
Oh, I'm
one
sure you
time.
won't. But if you can remember 1 or 2, that adds to your vocabulary, doesn't it?
Yeah, I remembered like maybe one
All right.
kind of.
I will put into the notes the new words and sort of what they mean. And that way you can maybe, if you remember to, you can think in your mind how you might write a sentence.
Yeah. Where does the class notes goes to? Because I never received it.
The class notes, let's find out. Okay, here we go. These class notes go, not here. No, let me see if I can do this. Okay. They should go to this LC0917YY Gmail. That's where it says it goes.
Oh, I think oh yeah, I think I see it now.
Sometimes you might have it. Sometimes we forget to check email the notes, but tonight I will definitely email the notes.
Yeah, I saw the one from like maybe last week, and then
Yeah, last week didn't have much in it, but the week before would have.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I will certainly make certain that they go out tonight. All right, any other questions for me?
How should I improve my writing?
Honestly, for you, from what I've seen from how we work together, like I said, you're very organized. There's two things that you need to do to improve your writing. The first is read books in English. Don't read hard books. Read books that are fun, that are about things that you like, and that are not too difficult. And read and read and read and read. And what that will do is every time you read, you come across words that you don't quite know. But because you read them and they make sense in the context of the book, you learn it a little bit better. And so after a while, you really improve your vocabulary. Reading is one of the easiest ways to improve your vocabulary because not only do you learn new words, you also learn about how they're used. So your big thing is you need to learn, you've got a great imagination, you've got good organization. It's your vocabulary that is kind of your sticking point. If you read a lot, that will help. And if you try writing down stories, if you like to write down stories, or poems, if you like to write down poems, those things will help you learn how to describe, how to take your 1 or 2 word ideas and make them nice and long. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And I will put that in the class notes as well. We'll keep working on your writing because that's what this class is for. I want you to work on your reading. I mean, books. Books that you like. What kind of books
Okay.
do you like?
Mystery,
Ooh. Like,
or
do you
maybe like fiction, something.
do you like realistic fiction or do you like fantasy fiction?
Realistic, probably.
Okay. There's a lot of really good books. How old are you, Elsie?
Oh, I just turned 14 a few weeks ago.
Very good. Does your school have a library?
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Have you read many of the books in your library?
Yeah, some of them.
Some of them. Do you like your librarian?
Um, like in my school, it doesn't really have a librarian. You just borrow the book, and then yeah,
Okay. What city do you live in?
San Jose.
Okay, well then you're lucky because you have a public library in San Jose, and anybody who lives in San Jose can go to the public library. And here, I am here to tell you, the people who work in it's called children's books. It goes children through teens and young adult. And those people love talking about books. They have so much information about all different kinds of books, and they would be able to help you find a dozen books that you might enjoy. Ask your mom to take you down to the library and go talk to the librarians. Even if you're really shy, these people want to talk to you about books. They love books so much.
Like there's a library near my house and I went there before, but I didn't know who to talk to.
Go down to the children's section because it's usually children's through teenagers, and talk to those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you get confused, any librarian will help you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Then in that case, I'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, my ears. Oh, my ears. So bright. Saturday. gonna be another half hour before I can stop.
Okay, do you mind if I watch or?
Would it be okay to not quite yet? My ears are sore from having those things in all day.
Okay,
Just give me 15 minutes is all I ask.
all right.